Hey, this is Tim with Game Time. I'm here with Dice Throne here. I'm going to try to show you how to play it. This is the Season 1. It comes in this big box. I'm try to open it up. Oh, excuse me. Okay, so these are all the characters that are in it. I hope you can see it. It's right here. It's got 8. I'm just going to pick this one, Paladin. I'll move this off to the side. I'll open this up and I'll just show you how to set up for play. You normally play one-on-one. You can also play with teams, like 4 versus 4, up to 4 versus 4. But yeah, here's kind of your character. Here's some of his abilities. Here's a passive ability that he has. Here's the actions that he can do are right there. Here's his life. So at the beginning of the game, you would get 50 life right there. And then combat points. That's your resource in the game. It lets you do abilities. So you start out with 2. And this is just a little card that kind of helps you with your turn order and tells you some other things. So I'll just put that right here. And then you've got a little deck of cards. I think it's like, I don't know, 30 cards, something like that. So I'll just shuffle it real quick. So you would shuffle it. You put it right there, and make a mess over here. And obviously this is Dice Throne, so you've got dice. Every character comes with 5 dice. You have different dice on the each side here. And what dice you have is right over here. I have 2 swords. I have swords, helmets, life, and prayer. Okay, and then there's also a number. It's 6-sided dice, obviously. So there's a number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on each side. And then I've got some abilities that I can deal to people. So I would put these over here, just match them up, with the same shape, right here. Okay, so I got my abilities. And so what you would do on your turn is you start with, I think it's 4 cards. And you would draw your hand of cards, and then on your first turn, you're not going to draw a card or get income, which would be 1 combat point, 1 resource. And I would be able to play any of my cards, and it shows you that right here. This is your turn order. You do these 2 things right here, and then you get a main phase where you can play cards basically, and then you're just going to roll dice. And in a one-on-one game, you target your only opponent. They get a chance to defend. And then after that, you're just going to pick one of these abilities. I have Retaliate, Holy Attack, Righteous Prayer, Holy Light, Mighty Prayer, and Righteous Combat. I have a passive ability that's in purple, and then I have a defense power that I can use when someone tries to attack me. I also have an ultimate ability, okay? And if you look, it's 5 prayers, and that's my 6. So higher numbers are typically better. But this is my hand of cards. And so, it's my main phase. I can't do anything at the beginning. So I can spend, I know it's a main phase action because it says right there, and it has the M symbol. I spend 1 CP. It says it right there. I don't know if you can see it. But I would spend 1 combat point. Just dial it down. And then it says chosen player gains crit. So I would look over here at what crit does. It says positive status effect. Spend to add 4 damage to your attack. So if I spent 1 CP, I put it in my discard pile, I get a critical. It's positive, so I put it on myself. If it's negative, you put it on your opponent's board right here on their board. It says if a player with this token is dealing at least 5 damage as a result of their offensive roll phase, this token may be spent to deal 4 damage. It's an attack modifier, so it increases your attack. So that's what I did during my main phase. This is I can use anytime. It's an instant. And it says remove a stats effect token from a chosen player. So they could actually spend that on my turn to get rid of my token here. And then I've got some other ones. Change the value of any 1 dice. Change the value of one of your dice to be identical to the value of another of your dice. So these are just abilities that you can use during combat. And if you look at the color, it's orange, so I get to use it then, and it tells me right here, roll phase action. And then again, it has a cost. I don't have enough for these 1 CPU. I have enough for this one. But anyway, that's when you kind of get to use it. And an instant you can use, like I was saying, anytime, pretty much any time in the game, even on someone else's turn. And a roll phase I could use on someone else's turn as well. Now the main action ones I cannot. I have to use on my main action. So anyway, that's what you would do there. And then I'm done with my main phase. I can play ability upgrades. So sometimes you get cards that go over these. I can play main phase action cards, which is what I did. I played Mighty. And I can sell cards. So I can actually, I told you I didn't have enough for these, but actually I could sell this card and I could get a combat point, and then I could use one of these 2 cards during my turn. So anyway, on to the offensive roll phase. I would just take my dice. This is the main part of the game. And if you ever played Yahtzee, this is a little bit like Yahtzee. So you just take your dice and, let's use this. Take my dice. Hope you can see. Maybe I'll roll them here. So I roll. I see what I have, and I look at the abilities that I have here. So I need 3 swords and a prayer. I need 3 swords and 2 helmets, 3 helmets and a prayer. This one right here, I need a small straight or a large straight. So the way that the straights work is I have to have a sequence of numbers. There's 5, 5 dice. So in order to have the large straight, if you look, it's 5 little dice here. And so I have to have, there's 6 numbers on these dice. So it has to be something like 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That would be a large straight. A small straight is easier. It's 4 dice, and it's the same sort of thing. You can start at 2 and go 2, 3, 4, 5. That would be a small straight. You can do that, or any other, sequence. So that's how you do that. I've got Righteous Prayer. Let's see, I can do Holy Light. I don't really know. A lot of these, this one's going to deal damage and heal me, so I can raise my health. Chosen Player gains Retribution. Retribution is over here. I'm not going to tell you too much what that does, but I'm just trying to give you kind of an idea of things you can do in your turn. Mighty Prayer, deal 3 undefendable damage, so they can't block it. They can't use their defense over here. Like if they have their defense, I can't use that ability if I chose this one. And then it says gain a crit and accuracy. So, and I have an accuracy over here, so I can gain it and I can do certain things with it. But since I have my special here, my crit, I would probably choose something that deals at least 5 damage, per what my ability says. So I got a lot of helmets though. Let's see. You know what? Let's try for a straight. Let's do it, because I'll get it could be 6 damage. So I'll keep these ones. Okay. So this was my first roll. I'm gonna keep these dice right here. I'm gonna take these 2 back, and I'm gonna roll again. Okay, look, I got the small straight, and I got 1 more roll. You do 3 rolls, up to 3 rolls. You can stop at any time. So I've got 1 more chance. Looking for a 2. Let's see if I can get a large straight. Oh, I was real close. So I have 6, 5, 4, and 3. I can do a holy attack right here. Small straight. I heal 1, so I would heal 1 right here. I would then choose my attack. I would tell my opponent, I choose them as a target. This is my attack. They have a chance to kind of mess me up with cards they have. And then they're going to roll for their defense, whatever character that they're playing. Maybe they're playing the ninja. They can go and roll, and they might deal damage back to me. And then after that, if they haven't, after that, I can choose to use my critical, because it's an attack modifier. I can use it before or after I declare the attack. So I could deal 4 more damage. So I would deal, unless he prevented some of the damage or dodged the attack, I would try to deal 11 to him. No, actually 10. I'm sorry, 10. And yeah, so he would try to block it. He would, if I hit him for 10, and this is him, he would, lower his health down to this, that much. I guess he was at 50. But anyway, I would deal damage to him. And then after that, I'd have 1 last chance to play cards right here. And then I would discard down if I had above 6 cards. And that's my turn. And then it goes to the next player. And on their turn, they get to do any upkeep, which is just any abilities they have that activate at the beginning of the turn. And then they would get to get 1 of these combat points. And then they would draw 1 card. And then they would get to do the same thing on their turn. Main phase, attack me. I'd get a chance to defend. And yeah, anyway, you just keep doing that until 1 player's health I want to call it life, is reduced to zero. And that's how you play the game. And thanks for watching.